Welcome back. Once again, I've discovered that there are some new bots on chess.com, so I am gonna try to play the first one, which is the lowest rated. If you've been paying attention, I've not had very good luck with human opponents in the past few days or even weeks, so I'm gonna try these non-human opponents. Gavin, rated 650 from the United States, was his school's 3rd grade chess champion over 20 years ago, and he won't let you forget it. Can you beat this former elementary school legend? Maybe not. But I'm going to try. I'm going to let the computer choose the colors, challenge no help of any kind, and I'm going to click play. If you notice my rating at the bottom says 1319, that's my daily rating on chess.com. I don't know why it puts my daily rating here instead of my rapid rating. I have no idea. My rapid rating is much lower. Oh, I got the black pieces. All right, well, let's play the Nimzo if he wants to. I think that's the Nimzo Indian defense. I don't know what to do after that, except castle maybe. Should I take it or castle? I'll castle. It's a Nimzo Indian defense bishop attack. Probably referring to that because I think this here is what makes it the Nimzo, not the bishop attack. So maybe that's the bishop attack. Oh, lining up over here? Is that what that's doing? Should I just go ahead and take this now? Or should I, or should I play d5? But then they push forward, right? Well, maybe I should play b6 to keep them from pushing forward. Maybe I should play c5, but then they'll push forward here. I don't know. Let's play d5. I noticed that my opponent isn't castling just yet. Should I take? Should I take? Let's take the knight, just because I don't know how long you're supposed to maintain that tension, or if you're supposed to maintain the tension. Let's put this here. Okay, Gavin. If your name is Gavin, good for you. I don't know that I've ever known anyone personally with that name. I also don't think that's a good idea. It looks like it was adding a defender or an attacker to the d5 square, but I have a lot of pieces pointed there, so I don't think that was a good idea. I'm going to play this and see if the rook does something. Oh, it went back. Bye-bye. It'd be really cool right now if I could have another defender on that square, but I can't, can I? I guess I could pull this rook out and try to push here since my opponent is not castling. Will they castle now? No, they will not. Okay. Well, I'm going to push this pawn here and try to break open the center while my opponent has not castled. Well, now I don't want to do this because they'll just do that and the center will still be locked, and then they'll be the smart one for not having castled. And if I push forward, then I'm the one locking it, and they're just going to push their bishop back and come around this way. I could take there, but then they'll take here. Then I'll push this pawn and they'll have to go back. Let's try that. I assume they'll take here. They did. Should I now push this pawn and make the bishop go back? Which way will it go back? I don't know. Let's find out. Or, yeah, let's do that. I almost pushed that pawn instead, but the rook has lots of running room. Okay. The bot has given me its bishop. I think I should take it. Oh. I also gave the bot my bishop. Well, that was sad. Well, that happened. It sure did happen. I can play here with my queen to d5, which threatens the rook and that pawn, but it undefends this pawn. I honestly have no idea what to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to threaten this rook and see if it takes that pawn. On c7, it didn't. So I'm going to take the rook. Those two pieces aren't pointed at the same thing, are they? Oh, this square here. They are pointed at that square. But I can just take the bishop. So I'm going to do that. That's check. Then what? I need to develop this knight, don't I? Let's develop the knight. I want to pull this rook over here as well and then start charging down this way. Something I would like to do. I can also push this pawn. Oh, I could push that pawn after I move one of the rooks here. What if I did that? Then push this pawn. So when they take, I'm attacking their queen. I don't know if I should worry about that. Should I worry about that? I don't think I should worry about that pawn. If it pushes forward, I'll push my pawn. Oh, I didn't expect that pawn to push forward, but it did. So I'm going to push this one forward and threatening a check a couple different ways here. Oh, I can't en passant with the queen, can I? I can't, in case you were wondering. I'm going to check there. And then I could take this pawn and trade our queens now since I'm up 8 points of material. Let's do that. And then I'm going to do this, I think. Oh, nope. Then I'll just take the knight for free. and threatened their queen by moving the knight out of the way of the queen. Okay, the queen did get out of the way, so that was admirable. I can take this pawn now too. But while their queen is still on the board, I want to be very careful about making sure these squares are protected, like this piece is hanging, because I have made mistakes before when it comes to stuff like that. But they've undefended that pawn, so I think I should take it. That's not bad, because it also is guarding this square. If they had come this way, to a2 to attack my knight, then I could have checked down here with my queen protected by my rook. But they went that way, so that's kind of sneaky. I can go here where the pawn will protect it, but the pawn is hanging too. So I might have to let the knight go at this point, or should I let the pawn go? I don't know. I'm going to let the pawn go. Yeah, if they take the pawn, I'll check here. They didn't take the pawn. Well, I'm going to check there anyway. And that check. And then, is that mate? No, yes. Okay. Well, it took me 32 moves to beat Gavin and less than 10 minutes on my end, so good for me. I'm going to save that game and click the game review. I felt like I wasn't doing really great at the beginning, but the game review will tell me, okay, we were fairly even. The bot gave me some chances and then I gave them back, apparently. I had 3 misses and 2 mistakes. So, should we run through it? Let's see, I'm going to go to right here. I had a better option here, apparently. I could have taken g2 now. But then the rook just would have moved over, pointed directly at my king, and I would have had to run away with my bishop. It says, but I would have just run away to here, to f3. Pointed down through here, I guess. And that would have been fine to have their rook pointed here with that g-pawn missing. I don't know if it would have been fine or not. But instead I played b5, which took away almost all of my advantage. And that's where my opponent should have castled, and I thought that they should. But they didn't. They said that's a miss. For some reason, the miss symbols don't always show up there on the game review moves, but it shows up over in the right column. And then I should have taken the bishop. No, I still should have taken this pawn down here. And the rook still would have moved over and had a completely semi-open file. Not like a partway open file. Not a completely open file because it's a semi-open file. And my second best move was to take d4 with my pawn, since they hadn't castled yet. And my third best move was knight to c6. I wasn't supposed to take the bishop. But I did take the bishop, and that brought us back to about even, which is, where are we now? About right there. Okay, a couple more moves and we get back to even before the bot blundered it away for good. We're really even. Okay, that's because they got my bishop. That's why I shouldn't have taken their bishop. Okay, we noticed that during the game. And here I was supposed to take on d4. No, I was not supposed to take on d4. I was supposed to play queen to d5. Oh, I noticed that the next move. Okay, I did that first. They took back. Then now queen to d5 is one of my top 3 moves. They're all close to even, but c5 is slightly better. Oh, I could have just taken on d4 now because that pawn is pinned because of my rook. Okay, well, I didn't notice that, but now we do. That pawn's pinned. I could have just taken on d4 immediately. And it says that they would have taken this pawn. But I played that, and they were supposed to play queen to f3 or take this pawn, or queen to b1. But this, okay, they blundered here, and that's what gave it all away, because they gave me the rook. Okay, so that's where I went ahead for good, is when they gave me the rook. It says I had I had another mistake here. I should have played c2. Oh, okay, threatening the queen, or queen to e4, which would have, I guess, threatened the knight and this pawn. But I took this pawn instead, and that was a mistake, and that took us from -12 down to -2. Well, that's more than a mistake. That's a blunder. That's why that's a blunder. And it says I still would have been ahead. After they checked, I moved my king, and they took my queen. I still would have been ahead after playing knight to e5. Oh, because then their knight would be pinned to the queen. Well, I probably would have lost. If the bot had played there, I probably would have found a way to lose this game. Wow. Okay, well, that's a little embarrassing. I'm going to play the next bot in another video. Thank you for spending your time here. I hope you got something out of this, and I'll see you next time.